What up, what up, what up? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mom Out, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And we got a special one today. Normally, we're just slumming in Camden, New Jersey or Philadelphia with me and my other, well, you know what? I'm the only non-celebrity because obviously GB, also known as G Bonner, is famous on ESPN and things like that. He's, of course, in the building today. And then, of course, we got Slice Maximus, you know, behind the wheels of steel and all of that. And we have Dominique Janelle in the building. But today, we got a special guest, man. If you guys have been paying attention and watching a lot of the new films and movies out there, you might have seen this person in P-Valley. You might have seen him in episodes of Black Lightning, which actually had a real fire beat on that Black Lightning joint. But we're talking about an actor extraordinaire. We're talking about Yusef Thomas from BMF is in the building.
What up?
50 boys.
50 boys.
What's going on with you, man?
What's good, man? It's all love, man. I'm feeling blessed, feeling great. All is well, you know. Happy to be here, and I'm grateful as well.
Man, listen, man. I wanted to make sure Dominique was on the show because this is more of her world and expertise. You know, as GB was explaining to you, she does direct the crazy sex scenes, digging in niggas' draws.
Yeah, she the only one that like put like a midget with like an autistic boy like in a movie, like sex scene though. She the one.
Don't listen to him.
Wow.
Don't listen to him.
That's wild. That's wild.
I mean, I didn't see that particularly. Which I
Work
think,
Bay 3.
no, this is crazy. If Work Bay 3 takes place at like a facility for handicapped children,
I bet you Kyrie won't fuck.
The first scene he'll put himself in.
yo.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
But
that.
you gotta think about it. That would be a wild plot twist. Kyrie keeps sleeping with people, girls, and all types of nut shit. He get hit in the head. He get brain damage. Now he gotta go be in the
You
facility.
say he drool a lot.
Right. Now he in the facility with the handicapped people and all that. And now, but he still finding love. He still got muscles, even though
He be a 45 boy and shit.
that's crazy. You know what they say?
That is wild.
They call it, no disrespect. They call it retard. You know that Kyrie already got retard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, he big as hell, too.
Bro, this nigga, that's a diesel nigga.
No,
And he always find a way to showcase it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we not talking about Kyrie Terrell in the sex scenes. We talking about Yusef, man. I kind of, you know, a lot of people that watch our show and follow everything that we do, they dreamers too, man. You know?
Right.
And the interesting part about it is you from the slums. You actually from the city that I'm from. You from Camden, New Jersey.
Yes,
And a lot of people that's in North Philadelphia, like these guys, Camden, New Jersey, they feel like Hollywood and television is so far away that it's impossible for them to get themselves on a television show or a movie. Can you kind of explain some of the beginnings of your journey, or what even made you have interest in film?
I would say, like, I originally moved from Camden to Atlanta. I was in music heavy. Like, I graduated college for audio engineering. I was making beats. I was known as Rem Nasty Beats out here, right? So, like, I'm like, you know, the music scene out here is like being from Camden. You got to either ride the Philly wave or you going to get, like, nothing.
You
get
gotta
what I'm
lie
saying?
and say you're from Philly.
Yeah,
you have to lie.
definitely, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
so
do.
it was like,
Niggas, no, I'm saying people have done it.
nah,
I'm just
for
saying.
real. So it's like me and my boy DJ Cooley, like he was like a big producer out here who used to produce for all them Philly boys. And it was like, I'm like, bro, I'm about to go to Atlanta, bro. I saw the vision. I saw the wave, you know, which Atlanta is today. You get what I'm saying? So I just scraped up some bread, bro. I was working like 3 jobs, Walmart, 5 Guys, and I did dishwasher at like, it was like 10, I forget. It's like this country club in Hattonfield. You feel me? I got like $2,000 up, drove to Atlanta. You feel me? I'm like, bro, I'm out of here. You feel me?
He still talk like a nigga from here, y'all.
Nah,
You
for
feel
real.
me?
So it's like,
You got a mixture.
nah,
You got a
for
mixture.
real. So it's like me being out in Atlanta. I'm like, yo, I'm about to make it do what it do, feel me? Because I don't want to be a big fish in a little pond, you know what I'm saying? So I started to like intermix with certain people. I met one of Young Thug former manager, his name Terrio. Shout out Terrio, whatever. He would listen to my beats and everything like that. And I started seeing some background roles for the TV show Greenleaf. You know that John? Yeah. So it's like I was a background actor on that joint. I'm like, yo, this joint, all right, you feel me? Just trying to get some bread, you feel me?
But how did you even get that? Because I mean, you just said I saw this and jumped in it. How do you actually get to be on set?
Well, I had, it's crazy because I think it was like an algorithm thing. I just seen something like on the internet where it was like, yo, like background acting, and I had submitted for it. It was cab casting, I think. I think it's cab casting. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
I think it was that, and I seen it was like, yo, just submit a photo, and I ain't know nothing about acting. I never acted, nothing like that. I did like a church play before, but I never acted. So I sent like a Instagram photo. I ain't send no headshot or nothing, but they selected me. You feel me? So once they had emailed me back after submitting to the cab casting for the background, they was like, all right, I mean, you there. So then that's when I was there. I saw some of the stars or whatever the case may be. And one of the main stars was he played the uncle, the pedophile uncle, Greg Allen Williams.
He played a pedophile uncle.
Yeah, I did.
He wasn't playing though. He wasn't playing.
They should have casted you.
No, I played a rapist dad.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, my first role and shit. I killed it.
That sounded real crazy if y'all would have heard the comments off camera when he said that he makes his drinks real rapey. He asked Dom if Dom wanted a drink. She was like, nah. He was like, oh, my joint's real rapey anyway. You know what I mean? He was
Glad
like,
I said that.
Yeah.
They say the best actors is just being them. You feel me?
I mean, well, if that's the case, I got questions because you was on P Valley and and you was in Atlanta, and so I got questions.
Let's go.
I mean,
You know, because what do you got to do to audition for that shit?
But yeah, so we'll get to that. We're not gonna let that go. But so your steps are you end up doing the background stuff.
Yeah.
And you met some people there.
Yeah.
How does that transition to where it is now?
once I had met Greg Allen Williams, and I saw a video that he had a school in Jonesboro, so it was like, all right, I'm about to sign up for it, because the video was inspiring. You get what I'm saying? Plus, he a star, so he made it sound so captivating that it was like I could do it. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. You feel me? Just to do it. But my main passion is music. That's where my core at. I get in there. You know what I mean? We were doing some improv, something like that. They're like, yo, you a natural. Like, you killing it. And I'm like, I'm thinking like it's just like some type of scheme to where it's like they want to gas you up to keep you going, get your money, because it's a monthly thing. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, but then I started really seeing like even the students, they're like, yo, you dope, you good at this. I'm like, you know what I mean? So then after like a few months, I had submitted myself. It's called Actors Access, and you can even be from here and look at Actors Access from any region, right?
Wait, what?
It's called
It's a website.
actorsaccess.com.
I thought they said actors' asses.
That's the Atlanta and Jersey accent battling.
Yo, that's looking at actors' asses in Atlanta is crazy.
That's kind of
crazy
disturbing.
sentence.
Yeah, you don't want to be on that kind of casting couch. So this is good information for people that are trying to get into it. So you said Actors
Access.
Yeah, Actors Access.
There's a lot of like Tyler Perry studios. They cast people from Actor Access. A lot of places, a lot of these big studios, they actually pull their actors from there. A lot of times too, even for certain submissions, like you have to have an account. You have to submit through there. That's the only way they'll accept you. So that's a big website. Yeah. And like I said, I know sometimes there's other ones out there, but you got to pay for them. But that one there, that's the one.
Yeah,
like that's absolutely.
Yeah.
So
and
I
that
probably
you pay for it though. You pay for that.
Yeah, you could pay. It's more beneficial if you pay for the. I think it's like $60-something. But if you don't pay for it, it's free. But like say each submission costs like $5.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be costly if you just pay the $60-something.
it's like $65.
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't have sent my dick pics, but
Yeah, you think you can get him any porn roles down there?
I
not
mean,
in Atlanta, bro.
Midtown, I can get you right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm cool, bro.
What you saying, bro? There's women
Don't
in
make you
Atlanta.
famous.
More women in Atlanta than
There's like
anywhere.
10 women and one man.
But they wasn't all born women.
You got a good point.
All right.
About to go left.
Continue. So you was able to put your stuff on that site and things like that.
Yeah, once I had made the actors assets, like I've been training for about like 6 months or something like that. And then that's when I the first drawing I had got on, I believe was Murder Chose Me. I self-submitted myself to that, audition for it. You know, they gave me the role. It was in Tennessee. It was like paying like $200, but they give you a free hotel in like Knoxville, Tennessee. Like all the crime reenactments be filmed in Tennessee. You get what I'm saying?
Why is
So-
that?
I don't know.
My first acting role on TV ever was like a crime reenactment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that in Tennessee?
No, it was actually in Maryland.
Philly.
It was in Maryland.
Hold on, what was you doing? You killed somebody, or you was getting killed, choked by a man, or something?
No, I didn't kill anybody. My story was sick.
Oh shit.
What happened?
So it was like I was in a relationship with this guy that I had met, and I had a daughter. And basically, I let him talk me into like being with my daughter, and then I let him marry my daughter. And then it was like messing around, and he was like, it was like a whole incest family thing, and it's like all these wives and kids, and he was like sleeping with all his kids too. Like that shit was wild.
Oh,
Did
so
anybody
this
kill
was
him?
like a real. This is in their real stories.
And they're real
Yeah,
stories,
yeah.
yeah.
Did anybody kill him?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't get killed. I think he killed himself. If I remember, I think it was like a situation where like the women and the kids were trying to get out, and I don't know. He held everybody hostage. It was threatening to like kill everybody, and then I think he ended up like killing himself.
Like, how do you prepare for a role to fuck your own daughter? Like, what, you worked at a daycare for a week or some shit?
That was why. And the crazy thing when I was on there, the little girl that was playing my daughter that I was going to give her to this man, like her mom never told her what the thing was about.
Oh no, that's
I was like, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
but you know what? G brings up something like to get in certain mindsets to do stuff like on his show, you've got Lil Meech and he plays his dad, right? So if I don't know if this is quite the story, but if he's playing his dad, then when he do a sex scene, he fucking his mom.
yeah, that's
Mentally.
That's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, that's
Not I would say because it's definitely by the years, so it's not like me telling any secrets or something. I think it's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those aren't.
By that time, that won't be Lil Meech. That would be the older version of Meech. Because I think Meech was born like in the 2000s.
Okay. So he right now he
Yeah.
just hitting his dad's old girl.
Yeah.
You know what? You just said it.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, like, dog, if you really think about it,
Yeah.
like, if you're acting like your dad, then technically, I see what you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
That's
woman. Yeah, it's a younger Meech and the older version of Meech. So yeah, the older Meech gonna be, you know what I mean?
He the one that's really hitting
That's
his
my
mom.
Yeah.
Like, how you getting that role though? He called up to the jail. Yo, dad, how you hit from the back, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, if he really want to be serious, if me personally, this is me.
That's what I would do.
If I was Meech, you feel me? I would ask my dad, like, yo,
That's a crazy
no
conversation.
homo. How do you fuck?
Like, yo,
That's
was
a
she
crazy
creamy or what? Like,
conversation.
what
That's
happened?
a crazy conversation to have.
You really telling me, Yusef, that you're so dedicated to the craft of acting that you would want to know
Don't fall for this
what
shit.
your mom
Don't fall
was
for this
doing with your pop so that you could reenact the way that you were brought to the earth conceived?
Bro. Yeah, bro. If it was, it would be uncomfortable, but bro, like that's what I gotta do as to the craft. Like for instance, with the character I play, Roland. You feel me? Well, I said older Roland, but Roland West, the real Roland West, he likes light skinned girls. Me personally, I love all women, but my main preference is dark skinned women. You know what I'm saying? At the time when I've been filming BMF, I only been attracted to light skinned girls. I'm only talking to light skinned girls. Even if I'm talking to somebody that's dark skinned, I let them know like, yo, at this time, you know what I mean? You gotta understand. You can't understand this craft.
It's that method.
So are you saying that if
That
you
method.
were playing a gay character, you would like dudes?
You fell
But
for
that's
that
why
shit.
no. I never played a gay character. It's nothing against gay characters.
I get it. I'm
Yo,
just
tune
saying.
in to P Valley season 3.
I got gay friends and trans friends and everything. But if I was to like, I don't personally play gay roles, right? But if I was to play that, then it's like it's a tricky thing. You get what I'm saying? Just like one of my coaches, Bruce Blackshear, he said like the reason why he don't play gay roles because he's actually going to have to develop feelings for, you know, the same sex.
That's that
You
method.
feel me?
Yeah, that's
So
that method.
that's a crazy thing to do. It's dangerous because if you do that and then now, y'all mean, you get what I'm saying? If you're not really into that now, you changing the whole dynamics of your lifestyle.
Me not being like an actor, I tried to act. I'm terrible at it. I can't really, that's not my thing. But it's easy to do something like be mean, just be mad or be aggressive. But for a person to have to get in a situation where I've heard people say when they played roles that they were raped, they literally went there in their mind. They almost tricked themselves into feeling like this really happened to them. So is that what method acting is, or is
method act is just, you're really, like you said, you really got to step into the shoes of that person. It's not just, oh, I think this is what you really got to go there mentally and really put yourself in those situations. So method acting, a lot of actors do, and they always tell you it's dangerous. You know, you got to be careful. Like I would always recommend, if that's the style of acting you choose to do, definitely have a therapist. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Like, you got to have a therapist.
I want to kill like an infant, so I haven't found like the right role. But no, seriously,
No, for real.
For a while,
he wants to play the worst villain.
I want to play the worst villain ever. So I'm not going to tell you what I really want to do to the infant.
I tell the motherfuckers, he wants to put a newborn baby in the microwave
with aluminum foil wrapped around him. Because I know the hate that's going to spark in other people's hearts when they see the role.
Like for colored girls when he throws the baby out the window.
Yeah, I was to say, because that scene, I never made it past that scene. I saw that, I turned it off.
He wants to top that.
I want everybody in the world to hate me, because then I'm going to know that I did that role to the max.
There's some real bad villain roles out there, though, man. I have that beat. There's some villain roles. It's a
I ain't
show.
seen the infant
the baby explode in the microwave is crazy.
I haven't seen it.
There's a show called The Boys, and there's a character on that's a superhero. He's basically Superman, but evil.
He's done worse than that.
He's out of pocket. He's out of pocket.
Like one of the ends, the scariest, because he's like God. He could rape you if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
He can do everything and don't
do anything.
He don't care.
He could hear you talking shit about him from far away. God. He could fly and be there instantly. And I just saw something with a very, very evil character. It's a show called Foundation. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
And there's like a king or something on there that has a very evil. I'll
do my research.
You're doing your research. I'm going to try to come up with the most evil person possible. So what kind of characters would you just told me the characters that you wouldn't play, which I think might be a dollar amount. There's some kind of dollar amount where Yusef will be a gay guy.
Nipples out, everything.
Nipple clamps.
I mean, me personally, my preference, you feel me, opposed to the art, is like, if I was to play a type of role like that, it wouldn't have to be like sex simulated. Like, I could hold the dude hand or something like that.
Okay, I got what you're saying, but like 50, I don't know if it's 50 fault, but you know, y'all show has a rivalry with another show, right? Okay. So the other show that y'all got the rivalry with is the Power Ghost joint, right?
Yeah.
And on that Power Ghost joint, the son be getting fucked from the front. You know what I mean? Missionary wild shit.
I know he do.
He do. And for whatever
reason. For no reason, though.
Yeah. It'd be like a scene that wasn't necessary.
He's playing basketball the next scene.
It go down. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, 1 minute nigga bouncing. I like the way you bounce the ball. All right. And then it just crazy. Some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know that since you're working with those same people that develop that stuff, they might be able to come to you and say, Yusef, hey man, we've got this new series. We want you to come over to here as well. Whenever your character might get killed off in this joint, whatever that case.
Yeah, it's called D-Valley.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, like if it was the right amount of money or something like that. I mean, so I will say this. I'm watching a series now and Tom Holland's in it. And he plays a different kind of role. And it is difficult sometimes to see, and I don't know why it is, just for heterosexual men, and to see, oh shit, this is Spider-Man.
Right.
And now homie doing this.
Right.
It's actually very shocking to see, you know what I'm saying? But, some people got to do it if you're really about the art.
Right.
You're trying to play everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, me personally, whether if it's like, heterosexual or homosexual. Is that a correct term?
Yeah.
I mean,
Them.
me as an actor, even with a heterosexual role, like a sex scene, like before I was acting, I used to be joking with my boys on BMF. Like, I'm like, man, y'all get, cause we all actors, right? So it's like it gotta be a certain way. Like, don't think that like actors just be ready to have a sex scene. They be like, you know what I mean, kind of taboo with it. But I'll be like, man, look, I always wanted a sex scene butt naked with some Timbs on, you get what I'm saying? But now as I develop a character and I started to understand things, like I wouldn't even do a normal sex scene with a woman if it doesn't serve a purpose to the story. Right. Because as a moral, as an actor, you get what I'm saying? You just don't want to just be fucking to just be fucking. Right. Because it's a sex in the movie. It's supposed to be an art to it. It's supposed to serve a purpose. Yeah. So it's not even about whether it's heterosexual or homosexual. I want my team know I don't want to do certain roles, but if it conveyed that, let's just say if I was the one to do that role, it has to serve a purpose. You feel? I'm not just about to have sex with a dude for $1 million just to have it.
So you saying that Dominique Janelle's movies, sex scenes are just for no reason?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He trying to line you up. Don't let him line you up.
No, she got the best sex scenes though, because they actually like get the bus in the chicks in her movies.
First of all, like
you can find them on
I don't direct porn. I don't care what you be talking about.
They don't show it on camera. You just leave it in for like.
But what you're saying is that's the same sentiment that I have when it comes like as an adult, you do adult things. Sex is a part of that. So when you have films and shows and stuff like that, you're talking about relationship, love, and all that. Sex scenes serve a purpose in certain situations. But like you say, it does have to have a point to it. There's been roles that I have turned down because they're like, oh, you do it. Well, what's the purpose of this sex? Like, what are we doing?
They trying to see you naked. That's the whole purpose.
But I'm saying, but even as a female, like, I have to be conscious of that because that does happen. Like, people throw sex scenes in there just because they want to see something. I'm like, nah, what purpose does it serve? I'm not doing it. I've turned stuff down. Like, it doesn't make any sense to the story. It's not pushing the story forward. I'm cool. I'm not doing it.
So I'm a big fan of, like, I like, obviously, you see all the shit around here. I'm a nerd. I like nerd shit. So I'm real big in, like, Game of Thrones. One of the things I didn't like about Game of Thrones was it had excessive amounts of sex scenes in it, which I feel like are also time killers. It's something that you could just fill in. Oh yeah, this is 2 minutes eaten up out of the 90 minutes we're trying to create. So even in a situation, this is a question for both of y'all, where a sex scene might have been necessary to tell the story or capture the intimacy. What about when they're too long? Like sometimes I feel like, okay, what was the purpose of it being this long then if it wasn't just to showcase the actors' bodies or whatever?
It's just because, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone still has the philosophy sex sells. So they always going to try to push that envelope and capture it different ways and stuff. So that's really what it is. Because like I said, there's some things just like, okay, we get it. Can we move on? And they just keep going and it happens. But it's just, that's really what it is. It's just a sex sale. They think like, oh, this is a scene. We got it. Let's just.
That's why they hire LALA, right?
Oh, that's
Hey, yo, he can't answer this.
Wow.
He can't answer this.
That's all crazy.
I love my sister LALA.
Yo.
LALA the realest, man.
Is she?
Yeah.
LALA the realest. When I first met LALA, it was on season 2 because she was on season 1 too.
Okay.
But season 2, we was doing our scene. It was the basketball scene. I think I had something on my waist. She like, boy, your waist spinning. She started rubbing my waist. I'm like, yo, LALA just rubbed my waist. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, she real.
I was feeling myself.
Can't get that as a bald nigga, man.
The lint, you got the lint.
But like every time I ever met LALA,
the lint on the back of your head.
You lucky you're my friend.
Yo, y'all crazy.
Yo, niggas wild.
Every time I met LALA though, she always like, hey, bro, like I think a lot of people, and I didn't have this persona about LALA, but a lot of people who don't know celebrities or whatever, they think like a lot of celebrities be like assholes or something like that. But you know, me coming in the game, just before doing acting, I'm like, celebrities, you don't want to bother them, you don't want to say nothing to them, but like LALA, like she real, like she hood, like she regular, like she don't even want you to even look at her as a celebrity.
Do
Like,
you think
No,
that
that's
helps
crazy.
her get more jobs?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you feel me? Because everybody likes somebody that they could talk to or connect to and relate to. Nobody likes the super asshole and shit like that. One thing about this industry, it's not about how talented you is. It's about relationships. People always remember how you make them feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
So
I respect the way that y'all like coming in. Like when I did my first role as an amateur, I didn't understand like the depth that y'all get into for these roles. So when I did the first role, when I had to play like the child molester, it was actually a grown woman who was playing a child, but it was the director's real girlfriend. So as he's standing behind the camera, he's directing me. He's like, no, like really get physical with her. But it was kind of, as an amateur, it's kind of weird to me. Like, yo, this is his girl. So it was like, yo, he was like telling her to be like more sensual. Like she was like really laying in the bed with no clothes on. And it was like, he was like, no, like really touch her, like really grab her, like really get physical. And for me, as an amateur, it was just like, I couldn't see the vision. I couldn't get really into it because it was like, yo, I could see how everybody else in the room like was really into the role. And it was difficult for me just because he was there.
what was it difficult because he was there or was it difficult because he was there and also because you didn't want to feel like you wanted to like really violate the female or make her feel some type of way?
It's just because I just never grip bitches up in the room with other people in the room.
By myself.
Nobody was in the room. He had to grip the shit out of her.
Yeah,
He had to grip her up with nobody there, but people was there.
Yeah, but no, seriously. It was the fact that it was mad people in the room. Because you take that for granted when you like watch films. Like it's like, yo, so many motherfuckers standing
like 50
around,
people
and it's
around,
like, yo, touch her breast. And it's like, yo, man, this shit feel mad weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta keep a straight face, all of that shit.
That's what I be
That
trying
shit
to
mad
say
weird.
about sex scenes. Everybody be like, I want a sex scene. Okay, everybody says that until it's time to do it. And it's awkward as hell.
Let me ask y'all, do y'all practice sex scenes though with the person when you running lines? Do y'all do that?
No.
Well, I didn't do a sex scene.
Okay, all right.
But I know that.
She thought you was gonna give a different. Like, yeah, we go come to the crib and just run that real quick.
On BMF, they have an intimacy coach. You get what I'm saying?
Intimacy
So they
coordinator,
rehearse the sexual scene beforehand, but it's like I don't know.
You think niggas mess up on purpose?
I'd be like, take 94 and slice it.
LALA, do it again. Come on.
You got the intimacy coordinators. They're dope.
I'm afraid to do a sex scene, man.
They need to have more of them too.
Yeah, you look like you might try to put the tip in.
Yo,
I'm saying like no,
just look
because
like that-
like, if
one of
I'm
them niggas.
if I'm having a sex scene and if I'm kissing a woman or whatever, like I'm gonna be into it. Like especially if I'm attracted to her, you feel me?
he's scared to get
Yeah,
hard.
Basically, he gonna get hard.
No, if I get hard, I don't want her to feel no type of way because I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, look, you know what I'm saying?
So when you was directed, so it's a 50 Cent show. Have you ever been directed by Tasha Smith at all?
Oh yeah.
Which shout out Tasha Smith.
Excellent.
Shout out Tasha Smith, man.
Hamden, New Jersey
Yes.
legend. Also
dope.
sister Cedra Smith, and I like to say cuz they popped up on my 23 and me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But when you're directed by these people and they put you in these positions or whatever like that, I want to know how you would draw your inspiration to do one of these sex scenes. Since you're saying you got to go into this zone, you said you saw yourself as almost like a Timberland wearing. Who wore the Timbs? You a porn expert as well. Who's that?
Oh, that was
Right, Brian.
I think
no,
the
Mr.
boy
Marcus.
changed.
Mr. Marcus.
I think he did that, but what's the boy that talk too much?
Brian Puffer.
Wesley Pipes.
Wesley Pipes.
Talk too much. He be bro. I got on mute. You know what I mean?
It's my
Yo, this is the craziest part. It's wild that every nigga here, including the nigga that's all the way in the background, smiling, every nigga knows these particular people who's like, oh, the bull always running his mouth. And he got the West
It's
Coast
like a turn
accent.
off.
Yo, that's hilarious.
But-
yeah, so you saw these images in your head and you did that. So you're saying that you're scared, but you also said that you wanted to.
I would look at it like this because see, man, with acting you gotta be crazy. You feel me? Like, let's say if I had a sex scene with somebody, you get what I'm saying?
J-Lo.
With J-Lo, you feel me? And I find her attractive, so it's more easier. The thing about it is, beforehand, if I knew, let's say, if I knew that maybe a month beforehand, I know I'm gonna have a sex scene with J-Lo. I'm about to have a whole bunch of pictures of J-Lo in my crib. I'm gonna have her as my screensaver. I'm gonna create fake text messages that we talking to each other. I'm gonna fall in love with J-Lo. So when we doing it, it's going to be real to me. And what I'm afraid of is that she might feel that I'm being weird. Yeah.
Weird.
But
So
I'm
Dev,
just doing the crowd.
you have done this already, but are you acting for a role, or what do you do? Got all them J-Lo pictures and fake text messages in your phone? You see how he screamed J-Lo? J-Lo! He's a big fan of J-Lo, for the record.
I don't have any of this
J-Lo
that he's
bad.
talking about. I don't have any of this stuff that they talking about. But continue. This nigga.
So I'm gonna take it to where I know that it feels real to me. You feel me?
Do you guys think that that's why actors and the person that they're in a movie with often fall in love in real life?
I think that plays a part in it. Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean, it
if
happens
somebody-
because when you gotta figure when you on set for 2-3 months with people all the time, especially like I said with those love interest things.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of people really connect with with their scene partner, and when you connect them with somebody for 2, 3, 4 months, it can happen.
Yeah.
It definitely can happen.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And that's the scary part, 'cause especially like I said, if you have a method form of acting, then you really get in that space, and then that's just for the months. That's your person, because that's your person on screen. It definitely can happen. Absolutely.
Why does it seem like it happens more with a man and a woman that play a role in a movie than it does with a man and a woman that play a couple on a TV series for years? There would be a couple, but I never really hear of that. But when they go and do one film, they end up together. Why is that?
Me just speculating, I would think because they probably spend more time together. Maybe I know in a TV series, like it's some people that I hang with on BMF that I don't never see them on set. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're doing a movie and you both the main love interest, and the movie is all about y'all always, rehearsals, and then if you really being a good actor, y'all building outside of set. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And then they got to go on tour to promote it together and stuff like that. Do you think sometimes people can fall in love with the fact that other people see them as a couple? Is that a thing?
I think you never you ever
Like
been
if
with
the
a joint?
audience sees you as that.
You ever been with a female, or like maybe a female friend or some whatever, and they be like, yo, yeah, nice couple, but that's really like sis. Sometimes I might really think like, damn,
he
might
has.
be you.
Yeah,
You
he
know what I mean?
There you go. Look, but GB did say something actually earlier when he talked about being in that movie and the girl playing a role and her being underage in the role, but in real life being of age. You look very, very young for your age. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look young as hell, bro.
I just grew this mustache. Bear gang, new to the Bear gang.
So oftentimes you're playing like a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I've been playing. Actually, rolling on BMF. This has been my oldest role because we going into season 3 now. You know what I mean? So we about like 20 years old. But every role I play is like 16, 15. I'm still auditioning for 15, 16 years old. Damn. I got into acting when I was 27. I just turned 33 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I used to hate always looking young. You get carded, you get what I'm saying? Going to the liquor store, all types of things. But now it's like the thing that I hate is a blessing to me. Like, you look at people like Pharrell, Lorenz Tate, like, yo, young.
He's a vampire.
That's crazy.
I think that's like the top level between like him and Nas.
They on some shit.
To be an actor and look young is a blessing. That's.
Now, it can't be a curse. Like, do you feel like it could be a thing where somebody couldn't take you as a serious, maybe like hero lead because it's like, oh, he looks like a kid. He can't be the guy that. So if Idris Elba is saving all these people on an airplane, we can't really put you in that role because you don't have that mature enough look or whatever the case may be.
I say right now I'm battling with that too right now, real shit, because it's like I know for a fact on in the industry they want people to play under 18 that's over 18 because for reasons why if you have a a teenager or a kid on set, they can only be on set for about like 5 hours. Then they got to go to study and all this other stuff. It's stipulation with that. But me, they got me on set all damn day. So they rather choose me over a kid. But the thing of the matter is like, looking like a kid is my bread and butter, and why I'm booking so fast. But now I'm like, I really want to be on shows like All American, where they're looking like college students, or where they're like 21, 25 type of stuff. And I want to play the leading man. So I've been working out, trying to gain weight, trying to look more older. But it's like, that's what I want to do. But when I achieve that, could I be clipping my career? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you might as well milk it, bro, for as long as you can, bro. Like you might as well the rest of that part I feel like will come, you know, eventually. Obviously, she's super young looking as well. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all might as well like milk shit like that.
It's just knowing your lane. So for example, like with me, like there's roles that I can't, like African American roles. I can't do those. I'm black, but I don't look typical black. So for example, like I had somebody wanted me to submit in for one of the Black Panther movies. What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I don't fit in
they
that.
all
in that.
dark skin.
Yeah, because they're like, yeah, we look African American, but then they were like, okay, what you know, name like a tribe or something like that you'd be from in Africa. And I'm like, shit, I don't look like I'm from Africa at all.
I'm gonna tell you something with that.
So I have to be realistic. Like I've been casted for a lot of times for Spanish roles, and I just have to like have to deal with that. And it's like I don't want to. I see, and it's crazy because sometimes I'll try to go for like they're looking for African American female. I'm like, oh yeah, but then I got to remember. I don't look like a typical African American female, so I'm not necessarily going to be able to be casted for some roles. And sometimes I get more Spanish roles. So it's just because it's all about what you look like, not what you are.
You better start learning. You better learn how to start speaking Spanish, because what's crazy is I just found out, and I can't remember what this woman's name is, but there's a woman who actually is Hispanic, and she's played nothing but black roles her whole life. So she was on old episodes of the Fresh Prince. I think it was like Aunt Viv's sister or one of them people on there. And then she plays a lady, I believe named, they call her Abuelita, on this other show that's out now. She's playing the Spanish role. But you gotta get it where you can. Right. You know, what's the dude? Lou Diamond Phillips. He plays everything.
You know, I learned that Big Worm is like Cuban or Dominican.
Them niggas is black though.
I would say, but this is what I do want to say to any actors that's watching this, especially if you in the beginning, because like me living in Atlanta, a lot of actors, they be like, I don't want to get typecast. I don't want to play like me. My typecast that I think I look like the troubled teen. You get what I'm saying? People would be like, I don't want to get typecast as the hood nigga and all this other shit. Get in the game, and once you get in the game, once you full as though and I'm in there. If you want to change your lane, change your lane. But don't be like, I ain't gonna do this role. Or a lot of people be like, I don't want to do a Tyler Perry role because whatever. But they don't realize. This is getting side off. But they don't realize Tyler Perry treats his actors really, really great. And every Tyler Perry actor I met, they be like, yo, Tyler Perry paid the bag. But a lot of people be like, I don't want to, bro, get in the industry. And then start to, call your shots. You get what I'm saying? So that's a nugget that I want to give to like anybody that's
typecast me, horny nigga,
horny nigga with glasses.
Typecast me.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, you got to do what works for you. If it works, do it. Like some people, like you said, get too worried about it, like I don't want to. If it works and it's working, do it. Yeah. Like, what's the problem with doing what works?
Look at the cop that play on BMF I'm kind of drunk right now.
Listen, so he about to get himself in trouble. They're gonna be like, bro, you forgot my name. You remember LALA, but you don't remember me.
I know what you're talking about though.
He was in one of Tyler Perry films.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
And my man Steve, you get what I'm saying? Believe, you know what I mean?
I'm name Jeff. What was his name at the bottom?
But nah, we had a talk on set and everything. Like they was joking with me and everything like that. I had BMF had my stunt double. It looked just like me, dog.
Hold on, what's
Stuck nigga did those nuts.
I had
Nigga rolls on the ground and shit.
It's crazy. A lot of my scenes be getting cut. You feel me? It just, I got scenes. But nah, I had a stunt double for the scene when me and Meech would we was in the car. You know what I mean? B Mickey
shot.
was. You know what I mean? Meech got shot up.
Yeah, he was shot up. You
pushed me
needed
out
a
the
stunt
car.
double for that.
I'm an actor, nigga. Like I can't be getting pushed on the ground and shit. Like, that nigga gotta fall on the ground. You feel me? I ain't scraping my elbows, nigga.
You from Kim? You a Kim today?
Feel me? These rich nigga elbows. Fuck you talking about? Like,
I heard that. I heard that.
Crazy.
But he was saying, like, he was talking about, like, you know, since he been playing the villain, that's what people see him as. But he getting the bag playing the villain. You might want to play something else or whatever, but yo, what people want you as, and do that. And I look at it like this. Somebody was telling me, like, they don't see me as the leading man, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to create my own movie, and I'm going to be the leading man. If nobody else see me as
Shout
the
out
leading man.
Kyrie.
Shout out Kyrie. You gonna be fucking a lot in it.
No, I was gonna ask because I keep hearing. Are y'all saying tight cast like you stuck into a role?
No, type.
Type.
Oh, type cast.
Yeah, like
so
you're one type
is
of
that a
person.
fucked up thing? Like, and tell me if this is the same type role, like Steve Urkel.
Yes,
Would that
that's
be so?
typecast? Yeah.
So
You can't-
that mean he
yeah.
can't get out that role.
Typecast would be like if the dude that played Steve Urkel, after he finished that joint, he played another role in another thing that has nothing to do with that, but it's similar. He's a
He's
geek
still
and nerd.
Urkel again.
Well,
Yeah, he's
can
still
it
got the
also
plan.
be that he only played that one role, but he might have played that so iconically that they can't see him
As
as
in-
someone
Yeah.
else?
And
So-
that definitely happens. That's real, but it's just one of those things. Like I've seen actors and actresses that'll be like on series, and a lot of times that's where it comes from. Like if you're like on an episodic situation, and they'll leave and say, "Oh, I don't want to do it." Next thing you know, you're like, why they're not in season 4 no more? And they'll leave because they'll say like, "I don't want to get stuck in this. I want to go to other things."
Yeah.
And then you might see them in 1 or 2 things, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's
That's how
like,
it
damn,
is
like
with-
you missed your bag because
That's how
like
it
they
is
on
with
season 8
superheroes.
now, and you left.
Yeah, no, and that happens a lot of times. Like sometimes it's a hit or miss with these with productions and everything, because you could be like, yo, I don't want to do this no more. And man, listen, off the record type of stuff, I don't know if it's true or not.
This
but
is on the record.
Shit will not be edited out.
I'm just saying, like, a production could, like, let's say for instance, right, you was playing a character that wasn't even supposed to go the distance, and they was gonna pay you the bad to be in this season, but you was like, nah, I ain't doing it because I ain't trying to be seen as this or whatever, or you want more money or whatever the case may be, and they be like, nah, I forget you. They'll get a new person to play you, and to be spiteful, they make him go the distance. You feel me? And now you mad, like. You looking at your team like
that could have been you, but really it would have never been
would have never
you.
still been you.
anyway.
But people in the world will clown you forever like that could have been you because
Yeah.
they don't know no better.
Yeah.
Like how they
That's
just-
a real nugget
like how they
right
just
there.
took
That's
Red
real,
Man out of
but
power.
they have people do the same thing. Like you'll get put into a show, and then you might have only been on there a couple episodes, but you got the fan base for you is crazy. They gotta write you in more
That
stuff.
was Steve Urkel.
They said that happened to Pam also from Martin.
Yes.
Or-
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that Steve Urkel is the greatest example of that because the first episodes of Family Matters he wasn't even on.
Yeah.
He came in as a guest and it was like this show was about him now. You know, so that type of shit happens. You mentioned something too before because we want to get into some of the other shit so we can see where your mind is on some other topics.
Right.
But you brought up the working thing and like kids being able to work a certain amount of hours and all that type of stuff. Can y'all explain to us anything that's going on with this like Hollywood like strike with the actors or writers? Like what is this?
I would say, like, you know, the directors went into strike. Then right now, the actors union, SAG actors, is going into strike. It mainly had ricocheted because the writers wasn't getting paid residuals off of the movies that they was creating. Like, for instance, they were saying something about the guy who created Squid Games. That's like Netflix biggest, you know what I mean? But they say he ain't get paid nothing towards the app. You get what I'm saying?
I know what that's like.
And they feel like that's ain't right. Like,
I know what that's like. Go ahead.
you know what I mean? So imagine you getting paid, and it's just, I don't know how much writers get paid, but just imagine if you getting paid about 60, 70,000 or you know what I mean? Maybe even 6 figures, but you getting paid this amount to create a classic film that's making millions upon millions, and they like, all right, you good, you feel me? But and then I think with the actors, a lot of things I don't know all the things. I still researching myself what's going on, but like even with I get residuals for acting, you know what I'm saying? But it varies per the show.
Hold on, really? So what you saying is you ain't a part of that shit. You said hire me. You ain't on the strike.
No. I'm with this. I'm definitely with the strike. I'm SAG eligible. If you live in Atlanta, you don't have to join the union. But if I was to book a role in LA or New York, then I gotta join. You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding the wave right now of as long as I can not to be in the union. But I'm about to join the union this year though. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they don't have no platform, I believe, to where they show you like how much you getting paid per stream. The streaming thing is a new thing, so they want to get it under wraps. Like everybody feel as though y'all production needs to be paying us more, and we need to be getting a certain percentage. We don't know what percentage. Like even me personally, maybe I need to do my own research, but to my knowledge, I don't know. Like for instance, with music, right? Let's say a rapper drop an album, he's getting a nickel per album sale. You get what I'm saying? Just for instance, right? We want to know, like actors need to know, everybody need to know how much percentage they getting paid per stream.
The sad part about it is when it comes to that, and we're about to move on, but for me personally in music, that was a part of my life and how I was able to like fund my life and fund this building and everything like that. I was a ghost writer in music. And I would write songs under Freaky Storm, Sony ATV for years. And once things switched to streaming, it extremely changed the amount of income, which pushed me like where I was like, I don't even want to do this anymore. Right. It's not enough. Because how do you really come up with the right amount that this many streams of this movie should be equal to this many purchases of this movie? How do you really come up with that? So that's where you see Snoop in interviews and he's saying stuff like, how does a person get 1 billion streams but not $1 million or whatever? You know, his idea is you're sitting there, even with YouTube, a lot of people will think, oh man, you see these guys were doing podcasts or whatever like that, and they've got millions of views. They don't understand that 1 million views on YouTube, like I think, and it's about $3,000.
About $3,000.
About $3,000.
I understand both sides with the strikes in there. I understand because I'm an actor, so I understand because I want to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the side of production because I like to write my own stuff too. So it's like I look at it like this: playing devil's advocate on the production side first. If I be like, yo, Dev, you wrote a movie, right? And I'd be like, Dev, I want to pay you $500,000 for this movie you wrote. I'm gonna put it on my platform. I pay it. We got the contract. If you sign the contract, boom. If this film makes my platform $6 million, you sold it for $500,000.
I got paid already. That's it.
And it looked crazy on that end. Like, damn, well, y'all made y'all can give me a little more back.
We already agreed to that. I got paid outright. That's fair.
On the flip side of it, I think people got to understand the risk with production as well. And I don't want nobody actors that, you know what I mean, try to come at. I'm just playing devil advocate. It's like, let's say for a production pay you $500,000 for your movie, right? And let's say they put it on their platform and your movie fucking sucks and it only generates them $100,000.
Yeah, they ain't
They're out of $400,000.
Right. They ain't, I don't take the loss with them. Yeah, it's totally different.
So it's flip side of it. But I do believe that, you know, most of, like, especially if you put a movie on Netflix or something like that, that thing gonna pop regardless for the most aspect. So everybody should be able to be entitled to a front end and a back end. Because if I'm a writer, if I created a movie, I should be able to get initial, you know what I'm saying? And then I should be able to get something on the back end. Because if my joint make millions of dollars, it should be but it needs to be negotiated in the contract.
Well, right. Yeah, so if it's negotiated in a contract and it's like a recouping thing where it's like, yo, once you make the $500,000 back, then you start seeing a percentage of something, that's cool. But even if it's on the first joint and I sell you something, whether it be music or a movie, We agreed to that.
Yeah.
Now, when we come to the table to do the second one, that don't mean that our deal got to be structured the same way. Hey, man, the last movie I gave you, it was 500 grand that you gave me up front,
Right.
and you made 6 million.
Right.
This time, I want a point off that joint.
Right.
I want 2 points off of that
Right.
joint. That shouldn't be a problem. A lot of times, people feel like whatever first deal they made with you, they want that same deal,
Right.
and then it's fuck you.
Right.
Like you wanted too much. And then that's where I think that's more like
Yeah.
egos and greed.
Yeah.
I think that's more of an egos and greed situation.
But I think that's one of the things that people, which a lot of people, is like jumping on this wave with the independent filmmakers, is because that's as independent filmmaker, that's what we do. Like there's a lot of things like I said on the Hollywood side that you're not entitled to. You take this daily rate and go about your business, and that's all you get, and that's it. That's all. But on the independent side, there's more leeway in that. So for me, for a production, when I do productions, I get front end and back end on all my projects. I get percentages and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to, like I said, like the actors and stuff, do they get percentages? Some actors do. If you're bringing in, like you, the face, and you're bringing in, you'll get a percentage. All them other people, you ain't getting nothing. You getting your daily rate and you go about your business. So the ownership of the whole situation as an independent filmmaker is just one of the things that it does put us in a little bit better position, because I know there's shows now that be on BT and stuff like that, and I know them actors make $250 a day, $300 a day. Like that's what they make, and that's it. And as an independent filmmaker, I'm like, yo, okay, like
That's bad.
you might give me that, and I'm getting percentage of points, and then so when it goes up on the streaming platforms and they're making 50, 60, 100 Waldies a month on it, I'm still gonna get paid as long as it's still making money. So I understand, like I said, with the whole strike situation and them just wanting a better deal, because like I said, they're paying small amount in comparison to how much they're making. And like I said, they'll say, oh, this movie made $650 million, but it's like you got your money and that was it.
Right.
And you thought you had a little bag until you realize how much bag they had. So it's like it's not fair.
Right.
I can see after a while, it's like, okay, it seemed like it was pretty fair. Now it's just like,
Right.
it's a little very, very unfair.
And it also, not to forget that I think one of the things that the writers are striking about is with dealing with AI. I think they want to put it in place that AI can take a writer's job. Because I don't know if y'all been on Chat GPT. That AI crazy.
I've known some people who wrote and stuff like that, and their phones are not ringing, they're not working like, because this AI thing is crazy.
So this is the craziest part about AI, man. I was going to go into we always got questions from the fans and stuff like that, but this is such a compelling conversation. I want to actually keep this going. And when it comes to AI, I think one of the best things that happened with AI is them creating stuff like Drake songs, voices. The reason why is I'm a visual artist. All this stuff that's on the walls here, I drew, everything like that.
Oh, you sure?
People didn't care when AI was first doing art. Everybody looked at it like cute apps. Oh, let's get an app. We don't need graphic designers anymore, anything like that, because there aren't too many famous visual artists in the world. But visual artists everywhere. Every movie poster you see, every fucking banner, everything is visual artists. No one cared. But the moment that somebody makes Biggie Smalls or a Jay-Z song or a Drake song, now people are like, oh, that's not fair. Don't do that. That was the best thing that could have happened for a visual artist like myself, because they were never going to care that somebody was drawing in my style, that they could feed all my artwork into a computer and then in 12 seconds spit out something that I would have drawn. Right. And you're looking at it like, holy shit, that looks like something I would have drawn. Right. So it was actually like a blessing, because you need those higher up people like a Drake or a Taylor Swift to be like, we need to put laws in place to stop this shit from happening. Yeah. And from a writing perspective, it has to be it gets crazy.
It's crazy. Like I've seen, you could just plug a few ideas in that thing, spit out a whole script. I'm like, that's wild. It can spit out some and them Jones be dope.
I think on the flip side of it though, like as me, because I used to make beats and everything, and like the best way to get placements is to not just make a beat but have a reference track.
Yes.
So if it was like, if I wanted to make a record for Jay, and I'll be like, if I'm writing like a hook or something, I'll be like, yo, this shit for Jay. if you could get AI to mimic that and then you play it, if you was able to, you know what I mean, then they could really see the vision. I feel like AI should be placed where it can assist but not take over.
I think there's no way for that line to not get crossed. When so for example, Drake dropped a record, and I think it was called Seek and Rescue, what was it called?
Search and Rescue.
Search and Rescue, right? The same week, a fake Drake song came out, and I'm not gonna lie,
it was fire.
It was way better. It was way better.
Yeah, it was better than Drake. Fake Drake was better than Drake.
Oh shit! Drake new mixtape out tomorrow. Call me on the phone, nigga. I'm selling it.
That fake Drake song was like, yo, it has every way that he would have said shit. The high notes, the falsettos, everything, the rap styles, the words he would choose. Like, it was like, this is an amazing Drake song, not just, okay, it comes across as Drake.
Right.
And I think that's what put those guys on notice to be like, yo, take that shit down, take that shit off or whatever. But how can people really, you can own your likeness. Like, AI will be able to put you in a movie soon. Like the same way that people don't have to get headshots anymore, you could put in a bunch of your old headshots and it will generate a fucking new one of you. They will soon be able to deep fake and have you in a movie. They got your mannerisms. They have every angle of your face, footage of you.
Every octave of your voice, everything.
They had like a episode on a new Black Mirror that was kind of like that. I don't know if y'all seen it. It was like, they was talking about like, you know how like you sign up for a new social media or some shit. Nobody read the term of agreements. So on the term of agreement, she sold off all her life rights. So it was like I don't know. It was like a Netflix of the Black Mirror version.
Bro, I saw it.
You saw that? You know what I mean?
Crazy.
That shit was wild.
Crazy. I didn't like this season of Black Mirror compared to the other ones because it was a lot of stuff that took place in the past. But that episode was definitely innovative in the way that was. She was basically like watching herself, her own show every week. The shit was just updating like new episodes. Like that's what just happened to me this week.
Yeah, that shit, wow. You feel me? And like how you said with the AI, like if they could create all that, generate, and let's say you give away all your life rights or something like that, and then they just making movies of you and shit like that.
For some people, it'll be a bad, because if you own, let's say you own the estate of, let's say, Bruce Lee, right? And they say, we want to make a new Bruce Lee movie, but we're going to be able to create it completely from AI. You know, it might be a blockbuster hit, make a bunch of money. And for his family that weren't actors anyway, whatever the case may be, they're just making money off of it. But when a person is alive, maybe there should be some kind of rule where they say, okay, if you pass or something like that and your family wants to still eat off of your legacy and they want to put out movies as long as the family signs off on it, yeah, you could put out a movie of my dad. My dad's Marlon Brando and you want to put out a movie. Maybe.
But what happens when they put out something that you wouldn't condone? Dev dies today.
Yeah.
And now your son puts you in Gay Circus 35.
Yeah,
and ruin your image. Like, nah, it has to be some laws where you can't just do whatever the fuck
I think
you
that's
want
the thing now, because it came and it's blowing up on all aspects. Now it's like, okay, they're realizing we gotta figure out a way to manage this and maintain this technology, because like I said, and the crazy thing is it's not just doing stuff, it's doing stuff good. Like it's doing stuff good. And that's where it's like, that's where it's really like, if it came out and it was everybody like, all right, whatever. But because it's so good, people get nervous. They're like, whoa, like we gotta manage and contain this some type of way, regulate it somehow.
It's no what's going to happen, because this is the thing about AI, man. And I want to do I actually want to put together an episode where we talk about a lot of different like conspiracy theory stuff we think is fun. I think that'll be a fun episode. But I want to, since we're here, there's no possible way that the AI influence on the earth wasn't something that was preconceived and set up. Did you notice that every AI program came out the same exact month?
Oh, they was
everything.
I didn't even know that.
That makes no sense. I guess it was like February of this year, they'll drop a new app. Then every company had that. If it was just something that somebody was developing and it was their own intellectual property, how is it that everybody dropped AI all at the same time? Every app was dropped at the same time. somehow those apps and that technology is all related and coming from one source. There's no way that 27 apps of AI all came out
And it's in everything.
at the same
like
time.
even
This is a
the apps
procedure.
that we use to edit, like you know what I mean, to edit these type of shows. It's like it just popped
Now
up.
they added the
It just
photo.
Even
popped
for
up
web
in the-
design, like you trying to design a website, they got AI
Yeah,
now.
just-
You just put the
yup.
information in it, boom, it pops up a site for you.
So you think that all of a sudden it was just like, we all just happened. All 100 of these companies, we were all working on AI and we were all around the exact same time to release it.
I wonder if it's a situation where like the creators of it allowed people, like you can buy
Absolutely.
the
So that's what I'm
technology.
saying.
Everybody just bought the technology, and them people got a whole big bag.
That's what it was. It had to be some form of licensing
Right.
that they gave out to everyone at once.
that
So
technology.
they knew that this would be a takeover in every industry. And the thing about human beings are we're so curious that people will mess with things that will destroy them.
Right.
Absolutely.
It makes no sense. Everything that you see from I just saw shopping carts at like a Walmart where anything you throw into the cart is instantly calculated and rang up. So it's like they don't need anybody to
Yeah.
work in there anymore, because even if you take something out, it instantly knows that you took it out
That's
and
crazy.
minuses it.
Damn, because
Now-
I've been stealing a lot of shit lately.
Yeah, that
Well,
self checkout shit
not
ain't
there, you
going
ain't
down.
still there.
That's self checkout. Oh man, that's made for you to steal.
Well, what it is even the people that steal,
They locking people up.
No,
now.
but look,
they are
You're saving so much money from hiring somebody that could steal
Exactly.
some steak and some
But
potatoes.
recently they did reveal
Mm-hmm.
that police been showing up at people's doors.
Yup.
Oh yeah, they going back through footage and they going to your house and getting you.
Yeah.
So that shit you stole like
The
2 weeks
same
ago,
computer.
they know and they coming.
The
That's
same
not me at
computer is
ShopRite.
catching
And the
up.
crazy part, yup.
And they actually knocking on people's door and be like, "Yeah, got you on video. You stole this.
The only
You got to
people
go to
that
jail."
the only
Yup.
people that they can't catch is the people who pay with cash. So the key is when you pay with your card, all your card information is in there, and that's how they catching you. But the people that go through the self checkout that pay with cash, those are the people that they having trouble.
But they
finding.
said they're expanding it to the cameras of the parking lot that sees what car you get into. So
get
then it
busy.
goes off your license plate. Is
And they
different.
get real serious. Some people like it's not that deep, but it is that deep because it's costing companies millions
Yeah,
of
everybody-
dollars with the amount of thieving
Everybody
that's
take your
happening.
side chick car to Walmart.
Yo,
Now you know.
yo, you know what'd be crazy though? Like even with like I feel like with AI, it's taking like all the quote unquote like mid and entry level type of careers but what if AI, they will really shut down AI if AI was taking over the government. Let's say the whole
AI for
the Congress was AI.
AI the president.
AI for president.
AI the president,
president.
and they would be, logically AI be configuring new laws that make sense for humans. And
By that
they'll
time,
shut that shit. the fuck down.
by that time, it'll be too late. They won't be able to shut it down. That's where it turns into like war. See, people don't care
Yeah,
when
I
it's
Am Legend
affecting.
and all that shit.
So like right now, somebody might say, "Man, I'm making BMF. I need a director," but now they got these cameras that are attached to a drone, and the drone got scene awareness, and it just follows you. We don't need the cameraman no more. Fired. Get rid of them. We don't need any person that they could fire, people will. And that's where the danger starts. Is that people have to hold on to the humanity part and the arts part. And it's difficult because people, companies do this. They'll consider themselves at a loss if they made less than what they made last year. So even if you're like something like McDonald's, right? And you made however many billions of dollars, that's in the green. But if they made less than they made last year, they'll say we lost $1 billion. No, you did
You
not.
still made.
You still made that. So to remedy that, they're always looking at who they can cut. But if it keeps happening like that, who buys stars to be able to watch a show like BMF?
Right.
Because once the regular people can't get a job at Walmart, they can't work at a grocery store.
Right.
How do they afford cable?
Right.
And that's going to be the true collapse
Yeah.
of the American empire. And you know, when you look at history, people say like America could go nowhere, let's say, right? But what they don't understand is there was empires that was around for 1,000 years, 900 years that the Moors were in Spain and shit like that. We got to be very, very careful.
Nah, for real. Nah, that's real talk. That's real shit.
But listen, man, this was a very interesting conversation. We learned a lot. We learned that LALA cool as shit and that he remembers LALA, but don't remember other niggas.
Steve Harris. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, we found that out. We found out that he doesn't have a price that he would do a sex scene, but he probably do 50. Get my man
50,
50, get him a sex scene. He from the trenches just like you. Let's get him a sex scene. What else? Real quick. This is completely side note. When you saw Lil Meech at the airport talking about, I'm a minor, sir.
Yeah.
I'm a minor, sir. What did you think about that? Did y'all ain't grind him up about that?
I mean, I was just laughing at that shit, y'all. Niggas, you know, we be jelling off each other, I mean, cracking on each other and everything like that. But that shit was just like a laughing point. You feel me? Like, yo, you bugging, bro.
No, he was really on. Did you see that, Joe?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
Man, he's on there talking about I'm a minor, sir. How old is this nigga? This nigga's,
I don't know, man.
This nigga's not. He's older than 21.
I support
he might got-
anything
yeah.
to get the fuck out of
He
there.
probably, yeah, that's probably what the technique. He was like, yo, let me
I'm a
just say
minor,
I'm a
let
kid.
Yeah, we
Get
can't
up
say
out
he
there.
might still gotta go to court and shit.
Oh man. But listen, man, Yusef, we appreciate you coming
sure.
on the show.
Man,
of
I'm
course,
grateful.
Dominique Janelle, we always appreciate, Dominique's always around, you know what I'm
family,
saying?
she's
She's
family.
always around. You all be seeing more of her. We appreciate because I don't have the expertise on the movie business. GB only has the expertise on the porn business.
I'm waiting to kill a baby.
He want to kill a bit. That's
He's
In a movie.
Yeah, in a movie. Slice is trying to kill a baby.
in the microwave.
I'm not doing nothing. I smacked a woman or something in a movie, and that was it. And that was probably too much for me. You know what I'm saying? For myself, for GB, of course, for Yusef. Appreciate you once again. For Dominique Janelle, and for Slice Maximus. We are up out of here, y'all. Peace.